Hey, it's Gabe with API Nation. Today we're going to talk about getting started with Mailchimp. Because we have so many apps on API Nation that connect seamlessly with Mailchimp, we'll often get a lot of questions about how to get started with it, how to use it, how other professionals are using Mailchimp. And just to be clear, we are not Mailchimp. We are not partnered with Mailchimp. We're not affiliated. If you sign up for Mailchimp today, that's great, but we don't see any of that. If you sign up for a Mailchimp competitor today, also great. We just want you to have the apps, the tools, and the knowledge that are set you up for success. So you might be asking, what is Mailchimp? Pretty simple. Mailchimp considers itself a marketing platform, but most people use Mailchimp to send email newsletters. So if you sign up for Mailchimp and hop in, you're going to see you can send campaigns, and you can do email campaigns, or you can also do social posts. And you have audiences. That's where all of your contacts, your leads, are kept, and you can have multiple audiences. So maybe you're managing your clients, your real estate clients, but maybe you also have an audience that you have targeted for recruiting. You can keep those in two separate audiences and send relevant emails to each of those. You can also create automation, so really elaborate drip campaigns, which Mailchimp calls journeys. Really powerful tools there in the automations. And then of course they have things like analytics. You can build small websites with landing pages to gather leads. And then you can keep your content, and don't forget the integrations available through Mailchimp. But by far the most popular use of Mailchimp is sending email campaigns. So you can see if you go into campaigns, you just hit this big button to create a campaign. You can send an email, you can create a landing page, like I said, you can create a little form. Like I said, most people are in here to send emails, send those beautiful newsletters out to their clients. And it's very simple. You just specify who you're sending it to. You put in the name you want to say it's from, the subject line, which they have some tools to help you hone the perfect subject line. And then you just design it. Designing is really where Mailchimp shines as an email newsletter app, because they have very simple templates, but they've been tested. They've been used. These are the kind of templates people are used to. These are the kind of templates people recognize. You just hop in here, grab one like this one column full width. That's one of my favorites. One click, it generates the email, and then it's just a matter of dropping in the pieces you want, the images, the buttons, the other pieces of text, the dividers, whatever you need to build the email you want. But yeah, it's super simple. So that's what Mailchimp is. And Mailchimp is used in a ton of different industries, including real estate. And you might be thinking, you know what? I have a CRM. It has a little app in there to send emails, a lot like what it looked like in Mailchimp. And if that's the case, if you're using that, if that's working for you, great. Don't change a thing. Keep sending out those newsletters using your CRM. But if your CRM doesn't have that, or if you want to try something a little bit different, then you might want to consider Mailchimp. And a few reasons people do end up using Mailchimp. 3 reasons really. The first one is deliverability. So Mailchimp makes their bones on email. They need those emails to arrive in the inbox. And as recently as April of this year, there was an analysis done, a report created on all the email apps out there you can use to send emails. Mailchimp emails arrived in the inbox 87% of the time, which was leading the industry. Another reason people like it is the portability. Mailchimp can act like a backup CRM for you. All your contacts are in there, all their email addresses. You can put their regular addresses in there. You can even put notes in there. And you can take them wherever you go. If you happen to go to another brokerage, or if you happen to go to another franchise, all those contacts will be in Mailchimp. But not only the contacts, but the drip campaigns you've designed, they'll go with you too. And the last reason is just the professional look of it. Mailchimp has a lot of simple templates, like you saw, that one column template, but they also have more robust templates that are a little bit more designed that you can apply also with one click. And within those templates, it's super easy to make any email you're sending look great, the right fonts, the right size, images are formatted correctly. It never looks all loosey-goosey and weird when it arrives in your client's email inbox. So now you're thinking, all right, well, let's give it a shot. So here is how you would get started with Mailchimp. You're going to go to Mailchimp.com. I would go to pricing and just look around a little bit. They have a free option that allows you to send 2,500 emails a month to 500 contacts. That's great if you just want to poke around and see what these emails look like. Most people are going to want the essentials because that allows you to A/B test the emails and allows you to schedule the emails. And maybe if you're a little bit bigger, you have more contacts, you might end up in the standard. But either way, you're just going to sign up for it here. Once you sign up, you're going to hop in and you're going to create your audience. So you can go into your audience. This is the audience dashboard. I've already created one here. And this is the important part, because you probably have the contacts that you want to get into Mailchimp. And I'm going to show you how to do that using API Nation here in a second. But to prepare Mailchimp for those contacts, you're going to create an audience. You're going to go into settings of the audience. And you're going to go over here to audience fields and merge tags. And what this area allows you to do is come on down here and create all the fields you need in Mailchimp to match where these contacts are coming from. So if they're coming from your CRM, you want to make sure you have a space for your first name, last name, email, address 1, address 2, zip code, state, country. All the important information you already have in that CRM can get synced into corresponding fields in Mailchimp. You're just going to add fields, name them similar to the fields in your CRM or in your contact manager. Maybe it's Google Contacts or iCloud, and then save it. So for this field, we're going to use lead type. And there I can specify if it's a buyer or a seller based on what my CRM says. So I save it. There we go. I've now added a field that's going to match my CRM. So that's this next step. First step, sign up for Mailchimp. Second step, set up your audience, set up your fields to match where you're going to be pulling those contacts from. The last step is to set up a sync using API Nation. So you're going to go to apination.com. You see a big button here that says start syncing. Click on that. And then you're going to come on down until you see Mailchimp. M for Mailchimp. There it is. Click on that. And here you can see all the apps you can sync Mailchimp with. You can set up an automation so that contacts are automatically shared with Mailchimp. So if you have a CRM, you can connect that right to Mailchimp, have all those leads pushed into Mailchimp, and then any new leads also synced in there. And if you don't have a CRM yet, you can go ahead and set up Google Contacts, which will send everybody from your phone into Mailchimp, or iPhone contacts. Or if you've just been doing a lot of deals, maybe you have them sitting around in .loop or zip forms. A lot of times we get real estate agents who've done deals, but they haven't kept track of their clients so well, but they can just hop in and connect an app like a .loop or zip form, and then they're just going to sync in all those clients they've done business with in the past, creating an email newsletter instantly. And setting up a sync is super easy. This is what it looks like. You click Google Contacts, for example, and then you're just going to activate this sync, sending Google Contacts to Mailchimp. You're going to sign into API Nation with your API Nation account. If you don't have one, you just click here to create one, or you can sign in with Google, which is what I'm going to do. Then you're just going to connect your Google account. You just hit this big connect button, select the Google account you want to send contacts from, and give it access. To connect Mailchimp, you're just going to hit this connect button. You're going to name the connection. This can be your name, your company's name. And then you're just going to grab the API key. And you can see here, we explain exactly where to get it. We have some screenshots here. And if you're signed into Mailchimp, you can just click here. It'll take you right to the page with that API key. Once you do that, you hit connect. And then the page is going to look like, who do you want to send over from the app into Mailchimp? Pretty simple. And then which audience should it go into? I'm going to send it into my real estate leads and clients, so a different audience there. Hit subscribe. This creates the sync. And then the last thing you're going to do is just come on down to the mapping and make sure all those fields that are coming over from your app, from your CRM, from your Google Contacts, from your iPhone contacts, are going into the correct place here in Mailchimp. So you can just hop in here, hit the plus sign, search for the corresponding field, city, there it is, and pop it right in there. This all looks good. I'm going to go to the top and activate this sync. And that's it. I've signed up for Mailchimp. I've set up my audience, and now I'm pushing all those contacts I currently have, all those leads I currently have, into Mailchimp. And also the automation is going to keep an eye on it, and any new contacts, it's also going to send into Mailchimp. So it's easy for me to send out my email newsletter. And that's it. That's getting started with Mailchimp. So if you're looking for an email app, hop in there, try the free app. Maybe you'll bump up to the essentials later on. Be sure to set up a sync so all those contacts are pushed into Mailchimp. Your audience is updated automatically, so you're not creating another app that you have to manage. API Nation can manage that for you. And then you can just start sending out those beautiful emails, building your personal brand, staying top of mind with just a few minutes a week. If you need any help setting up this sync or have any questions about this, give us a phone call, shoot us an email. We're API Nation, and we are connecting the world's applications.